Hello, everyone. Welcome to YakShaver Spring 47 review. The team has been working hard towards the NDs in Melbourne. We try to present our best of YakShaver to everyone. So let's dive into what we've done this week. First of all, our goal from previous week was to get the client portal project management feature done. However, this is still in progress because project management is quite complex and it, it needs lots of UIs and UX polished. So let's jump into the timesheets. We have Tom, Lewis, and myself working full time, and a little bit from Josh. Let's jump into the done PBIs. So from the backlog, first of all, our videos are now hosted on YouTube. So that means everyone in the public is able to access the video. As long as they have the link, then they can view the video. So that's a great news. This is the feature you wanted, Adam?
Are you talking about these sprint reviews, or are you talking about when I record a video on YakShaver with the bug?
Yeah, it's the YakShaver video. So it's the PBI video when people
Oh, this is
describe the
awesome.
problem is. Yes.
Okay, all right. So when I record a YakShaver one, how do I direct traffic to YouTube or Teams?
Sorry, what do you mean by direct the traffic?
Okay, sorry. When I record a bug for Tina.io, and of course, the whole world is seeing Tina.io. I want mine on YouTube. What do I have to do?
Right now, it's only uploading to YakShaver's channel. If you do want to upload it to your own channel, that's something we have it in the backlog. So we do plan let the users to upload it to their own channel, but that's not done yet.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I would want to put that video on my own channel, Adam Kogan 2000, the YouTube channel, and then it would put it into the Tina backlog with with my video embedded in it.
Yep, that's something in the backlog. We can prioritize it.
Yep.
Oh,
hang on. Just to be clear, are we setting a YouTube channel for the organization, for the tenant, or for each user?
Each user.
Each user? Do we want to do each user?
Well,
I suppose we would have you'd have the default one in general, and then if the organization wants to have a separate one, they can as their default, and then you could also have per user as well as their own default. If we go that far. I think Adam's original question though was, is it still possible for people to just not use YouTube at all and keep it in whatever it's in now, OneDrive?
Yeah, no, yes, similar, but I was thinking that I might have a couple of YouTube channels and I want to direct the video to one channel or the other.
Oh, okay. We can.
Oh, so
I'm pretty sure we can
per user and project. So
yeah,
for Adam Kogan for this one, it's one place, but for Adam Kogan for this other one, it's another place. But if for a different person for that same one, it's another place again.
So, for example, Yuli, sometimes for the video, I would want it on my own channel, so say Tina. But for Time Pro, I might want to put it on the Time Pro channel. And there's also SSW internal as another place.
Would you want that set up per project, and then for everyone, it's going to be the same for that project? Or do you want it set up so each user has their own separate place for every project?
That's an amazing question. That's a very, very good question. So everybody that's recording a bug for Time Pro puts their videos in that place. That makes logical sense to me, actually. I could change my thinking around to do it that way. Yeah.
So yeah, I think we'll have a default place for them to go. Able to just be the YakShaver, like the YakShaver dumping spot for unlisted videos. But if the organization wants to have their own dumping spot, then they can. And if they want to have their own dumping spot per project, they can.
Yeah, I would start with the per project one. I think that's the most common scenario.
I doubt it. Every single video is unlisted, so these are not videos that you ever care about where they are. They're only videos you can get to by linking directly to them. So there's no like folder of videos that you would ever browse through.
Okay, so let's just say I'm recording. Let's just say Rick is recording one for Time Pro. What would you think the default scenario should be?
And it would just go to YakShaver.
Oh, on the YakShaver channel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. I can live with that.
Okay, cool. Well, that's the default at the moment. And then if they want to
Okay.
have one specific to their company, they can.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
That works.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Cool. All right, let's move on to the next. So we have a new database schema table for storing the projects. So this is the project source where it will come from DevOps, Azure DevOps, or GitHub, or Dynamics. So we're gonna store that in a database for faster retrieval and customization. So that's the table schema setup. Next one, this is the email indicator
Sorry,
fallback.
quick question on that. So
Yep.
obviously we're going to import all our projects from where we are in Dynamics at the moment. Are we setting it up with some kind of a scheduled sync so that updates that happen in Dynamics get pushed through?
Yes, correct. We
Okay.
will set up a background schedule to sync that.
Okay, beautiful.
All right, next one is a fallback indicator. So previously, when a email sent out, we couldn't know whether it's a really email decision or was it a fallback email. So now Tom has implemented an indicator telling the user that we couldn't create PBIs, and we will send out an email instead, so that user knows, oh, there was a problem.
Yeah,
And
so
then,
that way it doesn't think it just made a wrong decision, because the problem was people would say make a bug in YakShaver and it would end up sending an email and they wouldn't know why.
any
This
questions?
also addresses an issue where when YakShaver sometimes seem to do nothing at all. So this will fix it and basically jump into the fallback case where it will then send the email.
Beautiful. Do you have a screenshot for what it looks like now? Like what the error message looks like?
Here.
Okay,
So-
excellent. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Good.
And next one, this is a bug, a long time bug that we have in the database. So this is the 499 error. So this happens when the video gets too long and it took a long time to process and the task got cancelled. And we now have fixed that. So now the YakShaver can process a longer video in the background without problem. Next one. I think this is a big one too. So GitHub integration. So previously, YakShaver creates issues using YakShaver app. As you can see on the screen, the issues author is SSW YakShaver. So with this feature implemented, I'll show you how it will look like. So the issue creator will now be the user. So the user can now earn GitHub contribution whenever they use YakShaver.
Yeah, that's a big one for Wixie.
Yep.
Yeah.
He
I
wanted
think
that.
this is awesome. I think this is, I've heard it asked a lot. Do you think you could record a done video for this for the channel?
Yes,
Yeah,
I did.
that's-
Oh,
you
you
did
did already.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've
Ah.
sent you an email this morning asking you to watch the video.
Good man.
Okay. All
Picking
right.
this
That's
up right
excellent.
away. Yeah, that's
So
the sort of
I-
feature where a
Yeah.
dumb video makes sense.
Yeah. I will. I should say this for the retro, but I'll tell you now. When before the sprint review,
Mhm.
if you've got outstanding videos like that, I would
Yeah.
call the main stakeholders and say, "Hey, there's an hour to go. Can you please watch these videos?"
Yep, I should chase you up. Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
That's awesome that you
Okay.
recorded it, man.
Yeah. That's great.
Okay. Next one, close work item button. So now we have a new new buttons on YakShaver showing a third action. So I'll show what that looks like live. So the first button is open work item. The second button is move work item. Now we have a third button, which which helps you to close the work item in case you create it by accident or the details are wrong. You want to close this, you can just simply click the button and it will help you close it.
Can we put a red cross emoji on that one?
Okay, red cross emoji.
Mm.
Tom, can you take a note of that?
Quick question, is there space? It looks like it's only just
Yeah,
fitting the
there-
3 buttons. Maybe try it and see if it fits.
Okay.
So you actually know whether that's a work item in Azure DevOps or
Hmm.
it's an issue in GitHub, right?
Yep, you can close both. So we support
No,
both.
But what I'm saying is
Mhm.
right now, when you
Mhm.
look at that, you know whether that's a work item or that's a GitHub issue.
Yeah, right. So you're saying basically you could say issue or
Yes.
PBI.
So you could change that work. So see where it says work item at the top?
Mhm.
I think they should say Azure DevOps work item.
Mhm.
And when it's a GitHub issue, that should say GitHub issue. And the
Mhm.
button should change to say open issue, move issue, close issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Tom,
That can we save
No.
that?
do we want to share? Okay.
Yeah, great
Absolutely.
idea.
Yuli,
Do
can
we
you
do it?
shave that?
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
recording
save
at the
it.
moment. Yeah.
I got you. Hang on a sec. Do. All right. Recording. Sorry, initializing. Oh, up in there. Try Control Shift R. Oops. All right, starting. Give me a second. All right, new feature request for YakShaver. We would like, at the moment, when you can see this card at the moment on the screen, it says work item everywhere. It doesn't matter what system's being used in the back end, it always says work item. But this system, at this point, knows whether this is a PBI in Azure DevOps or issue in GitHub or a ticket in Zendesk or whatever. So it should use the word that is relevant for that system. So in this case, this is Azure DevOps, so it should say a PBI has been created. And down the bottom, the buttons should say open PBI, move PBI, close PBI. If it was GitHub, it would say issue. If it was Zendesk, it would say ticket, etc., depending on what system is being used at the time. Thank you very much. Any other changes, guys? No? Good. Done.
Cool. So let's move on to the next one. So prevent duplicate video processing in
By the
YakShaver.
way, just Tom, just on that one, at the top, when you have an Azure DevOps item, you could have the Azure DevOps little icon or the GitHub icon related to the system. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for branding. Okay.
Okay. So next one is a little bug from the OneDrive event notification. Sometimes we'll receive duplicate notification for the same video, and that causes YakShaver to shave twice. So we've got a workaround for that is now we restore the video IDs that we receive so that we don't process duplicate videos. So now that's fixed on production.
Nice. That's good. That's fixed. That was a weird one.
And Josh has just working on some enhancement on the website for editing and then docs and the blogs. So that's all for this sprint.
Nice. Just a quick update.
Yep.
Question mark. I know Ken's been working on a bit of a redesign of the homepage for YakShaver.ai. Do we know if he's come up with any designs for it yet? I'm not sure. That might be something that Josh is managing.
No,
okay,
I haven't
worries.
heard.
Cool. All good. I'll check in with Josh and Ken.
Okay. All right. So let's have a look at the code coverage. So the code coverage went up.
Whoa, it's way up.
Went up from 16 to 26. We did some cleanups in the code. We excluded the code that were auto-generated by EF Core. we couldn't test those code. So, and those were auto-generated, so we exclude them. That's why we reduced the denominator, and that's why the percentage went up.
Cheat. You didn't write any new codes, but all right, fine, I'll allow it.
And we have 3 production release. And the application health are looking good and no major error. So the errors were fixed during the sprint. So everything looks fine. And leaderboard, monthly usage. So we have Josh, Levi, and Jimmy on the top.
Hey, Levi's up there. I haven't seen him before.
Yeah. In terms of product roadmap, now we have done a little bit on the client tenant setup, and also there's a slightly went up in the SSW nice to have feature.
Okay.
So
Do me a
that's
favor, Tom. I'm guessing that some of these PBIs aren't allocated to the tenant. Can you quickly do a check of this PBIs in the upcoming sprint to make sure that they're all assigned to that epic, the tenant epic?
Yeah, I will do
Excellent.
that.
Thank you. All right. R&D. So Tom and I have looked into a multi-agent pattern when we was doing the documentation for agent. However, that was got hold. So, but we still look into the implementation pattern, how to do a multi-tenant, multi-agent framework. So that's the experimental work. And let's jump into the retro. What went well? We've got Steven back from the holiday, and we have new features implemented, which users now can connect their GitHub account. Video is now hosting on YouTube. And what went wrong? Tom was working on the management UI, and it has involved more PBIs than initially anticipated. So he spent lots of time on that.
That management UI, what is that in? Is that Next.js?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yes, Next.js.
Okay, all right. Can you put in brackets in Next.js through the UI in brackets Next.js? With regards to this new feature, the GitHub one, who is going to talk to each team that is using GitHub to educate them on that?
Each like
Yeah.
Time Pro team.
So
Sugar
I
learn
just
item.
checked. I just checked. That is Eagle Eye, Rules, People, Tina, and the website.
Right.
Should we not create a sugar learn item?
No. We should treat it like a public thing, like Tina. We should, announce it, do a very similar process to what Landon does, to say this new feature exists, this is how it is, link to it in the GitHub, to the docs, the YakShaver docs, and then call each team to show them and walk them through, the tweet and the docs thing, and then ask them to try it out, and then go to the next team.
So
There's
just
no
FYI, they shouldn't need to actually do anything. It's just something that happens passively.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I thought
basically,
they had to set it, I thought they have to set up for their project. No, they don't.
I think they have to approve something that will get fed to them in the UI of YakShaver. So the first time they try to make an item in a GitHub thing, the teams will pop up a thing saying accept this, so that it comes from you instead of from YakShaver.
Right. Okay. I still think somebody, let's just say Stephen or whoever, calls the team members and gets them to do it, watching them, and check the whole experience is good. And if there's no bugs, then they move on to the next team.
Okay.
Okay.
We want people using that. Now, when people are using it, how are we going to see it in the stats, the metrics that the GitHub feature is being used?
I think we don't have a tracking for that yet, but I think we should.
Right. Stephen,
So-
I really want this tracking. I think it's important so we can tell. Let's just imagine we have this feature and no one uses it at all. We'd want to know. It's an orphan feature.
Okay.
Yeah, I've noted that.
Sure. Next, what can be improved? We need more test coverage. So that's all the retro for this sprint. Let's jump in.
Just before we
Can
move
I
on
just
the
ask?
retro,
Yep.
yeah, I just want to. There's nothing in that retro that is really laser focused to NDC in Melbourne.
Hmm.
Is there anything that you desperately need for that you haven't spent enough time on?
Lots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's where I would be directing that retro to that thinking.
So
Mhm.
just by the way, the green GitHub thing is a little bit of a distraction from that.
Right. Okay.
So I do agree with everything you said. I'm just
Yeah.
from a prioritization point of view.
Yeah, but I'm not getting the feeling that there is any problem. And there might not be, but I don't know whether NDC is good to go now.
No, it's not. Nowhere near.
Okay.
Yeah.
Callum, what did you say?
Yeah, I was going to ask, I guess, a similar thing. So we put the agent stuff on hold to do NDC last week. I guess I missed that one, but it would be good to sort of call out how that is going. Maybe you did and I wasn't paying attention, but like how close are we to being finished? Because I assume once we do that, we can jump back to the agent stuff, right? Even if it's before NDC, if we're all ready.
Yes.
Cool. So it'd be good to keep track on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, why is there a laughing emoji next to video is now hosting on YouTube? Was that funny?
No, that was the feature on the collab. Someone put an emoji and then chat.
I know that's why it's there. I'm just asking why I
Oh.
was laughing.
Oh, I don't
It's
know
a
who
happy
put that.
one.
Happy
Humorous reason. That seems like it's funny rather than happy. But anyway, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the easiest way to show progress for that, by the way, would probably be with the tenant with the Epic.
Epic, yes.
Right.
So if you scroll up, sitting at 65% theoretically.
So is that just the Epic for NDC, is it?
That's the whole admin portal. So no, I suppose there would probably be a subset of that, which would be the MVP for NDC.
Should we create like a separate NDC Epic or something so we know exactly how we're going?
Yeah, we could. I'm not sure how many things would be in there that aren't. Oh no, there are. There definitely are some actually. Now I think about it. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff like being able to choose your model or choose your whether you want to use Whisper or Universal 2 and like non-MVP stuff. Yeah,
Right.
good point.
When you were saying MVP, I was hearing NDC, sorry.
We were saying both. It was confusing.
Oh.
Cool. Let's go planning.
Oh, all right. Let's jump into the planning. Right. So for next planning, we're still focusing on the client portal project management. So next week, we're gonna be doing lots of UI work around client portal. And then we're gonna fix one bug around the Tina CMS. We couldn't close the issue. I think this was about the repository configuration. YakShaver didn't have permission to close the issue on Tina CMS, so we'll look into that. And since last week, we've got the project table created in the database. This week, we will start syncing the data into the database. So our sources will be Dynamics, GitHub, and Azure DevOps. And then Tom will be working on the UI and then UX for the projects management.
So if you focus all this stuff on the client portal, which is good, then people could go and create their own one. Assuming this doesn't get finished, can we have a test tenant such as Northwind, where people can just open YakShaver and just do a test recording into just Northwind and a Northwind GitHub repo?
Yes, we can work work towards that.
I believe we have something like that in the backlog,
Yeah.
don't we? We talked about that this week.
Shouldn't that be
Yes.
on this? Shouldn't that be here? Because that is more pressing to have that
Mhm.
working than the portal.
Mhm.
Ah, really?
Where
I wanted to.
we could.
I guess
we
we
could
could demo.
It's
ma-
the try
It's the-
now stuff. Isn't that
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
website thing?
It is on the
so
website, yeah. But what I was
Yuli-
saying is, even if we don't get multi-tenancy done, if we get that done, at least people can try it. I think if
Yes,
they can
and-
try it, but they can't buy it, isn't that not good though?
That's well, let's just say we never finish the client portal. We can do that manually. We can add a tenant manually when they pay. You know, there's only going to be so many people that decide to pay, even if it's $1. Most people will not spend money on tools.
Yeah, but we're going to have a free tier anyway to start with.
Oh, right. Are we? Okay.
Yeah, so we want them to be able to have the thing ready to go, so they can set it up and go and try it out
Okay.
on their own systems.
All right. I wasn't aware of the free
Yeah.
tiers.
So, well, not a tier; it's a free trial. But it's either at the moment it's a free like 14 days or something. But I think we might switch that to a free 50 shaves or 20 shaves or something.
Yeah, I think it should be like, you get, one per day or something.
Could be, yeah, rate limited.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, so there's some kind of free tier. Yeah, actually, that could work. You could give it fully free for 14 days or whatever, and then after that, they get one per day, and they have to pay if they want more.
What if you made it free for contributing to open source projects or something like that?
Yeah, we could do. The only problem I see with that is that we do have an expense. Like we've got to pay for the inference.
Yeah, I guess that's the marketing cost of looking like you're helping out, well, not looking like, but actually helping out the community, right? And then if you did that, you wouldn't have to set up a new tenant for each one. You'd just have a shared open source tenant that if people connect their GitHub accounts to, they can access projects through that or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, but I think we should start with everybody gets one shave per day.
Could someone take a note? Because that's an interesting idea. We have to figure out what that's going to look like.
So since we talked about that, is the try now, is that on a different backlog? Is it on the website backlog?
It should be on this backlog. We shaved it here, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we definitely should want to direct that into the sprint.
But we might need to break it down because that's that takes a lot of components to be done.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm nervous, right? Because we're now splitting our efforts. I'd rather we get multi-tenancy done, then we get that done. So at least if we get to the date, we have one thing done, even if the other one isn't.
Yeah.
I don't want to have both not done.
Which one do you want done first, Julie?
I think the portal, because I want to be able to say use it now, like actually, sign up.
Okay,
it's available. Yeah, especially if your talks about it, like you want to be able to say.
Okay.
Yeah. There's an argument for both, but I'm leaning towards that.
What do you say, Callum?
I don't know.
I mean, for demo purposes, we can just let them use our one, right? Like at the booth or whatever.
Yes, that's true. That's very true. That's a great point. Okay. Yep. All right.
So the try it now thing for me is more about the website than it is about the booth.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
right.
I'd love to have both.
Makes good sense. All right. I'm with that.
Okay. So that's all for this sprint.
How much Lewis time do we have this week? I know he's
Lewis, 4 days.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That's all. So this video, we will upload this video to our YakShaver channel. And if you'd like to see YakShaver in action live, please come to the NDC Melbourne in April. We'll see you there. See ya.
Thanks, Ray.
Thanks. Bye.